I think I'm done as well. These internet issues are getting too much for me.
Issues of what?
Is there internet not long for this world?
Probably.
Hi, Zealot has left the server.
Anyway, this is Pictionary after a very, very long, intense game of Hero Attacks 3X, which everyone got a bit salty one way or another.
The salt was the best part in a game like that when it goes for 2 damn hours.
I'm really just remembering why I stopped showing up and am thus uninstalling the game so I don't show up again. Like
well, usually they're not that bad.
Mapping anyways, because I'm just getting really tired of these stupid games that are horribly balanced. You have no direct counter to anything. Like, let's stick the permanently invisible hero in something, so everybody's got to buy something. Protoss, of course, have observers. Everyone else has built sensor towers. Can't even use comsat stations for some stupid reason.
Yeah, I always hated the comsat thing too. That's why I try to avoid picking Terran, just because it's really easy for Terran to just feel awful when you're playing it. Even though it can, I think, be generally stronger.
And then tanky heroes don't exist outside of the Immortal. Like, I've got more health and probably armor than everybody else, but I just get melted because I don't have ability mitigation.
Yeah, I think once, like, Heroes of the Storm has a more general release, then when it comes to MOBAs, we'll just play, like, more of that. Like, if we played more maps like, Entropy and Star Battle, then I think it would feel better. The problem is that people get frustrated with actually balanced maps, because then actually being better results in winning quickly. So we end up playing these imbalanced maps just because they can be so prolonged.
Well, I think the problem is less about
maps. We keep hosting them, they keep causing problems, we keep hosting them, and I don't even know why.
At this rate, I don't know which map to host at this point. I'm seriously
Well, I mean, Hero Attack is basically fine most of the time, but I mean, they don't always go 2 hours. But I mean, that's basically the same feeling I have every time we play, Ice Masters.
In my case, I do tolerate Star Mother quite well. It's just, I guess maybe this time it's more the salt aspect.
Games where you feel like you can actually do something, even if they're dragging on for 2 hours, those ones can actually be fun, but in a lot of these cases, it's just one team can't do shit all, and they're basically trapped in their base, unable to do anything, while the other team's just roaming around ruining them, but they can't finish the game because whatever reason the game's got screwed up with it.
Yeah, that's exactly the problem I have with Star Armada.
Depends. For me, Star Mother,
I mean,
maybe it can be very slow, but it's rare that I feel that I feel powerless, or that I have to try insanely hard just to hope that the game actually finish somewhere or another. Think the most.
But I mean, the whole premise of the map is that there's like minor roles where you have a ship that just sits in the middle of an asteroid field doing nothing but attacking a mineral. And so the support ships are incredibly dull. and the other ships hard counter each other or hit such ridiculous curves that there's literally nothing you can do to them.
It just makes me feel really shitty when I'm basically trapped in my base because I leave, I just get killed and get to instead stare at a 60-second timer or more. Like, I don't even have that problem playing League most of the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think that on the whole, a lot of the Tiger Wars and other maps are better. And, you know, I've talked to Ricky in the past about, you know, like whether we need to actually split group.
Warcraft 3 before, where we had the various MOBAs that were on there, they didn't have these glaring balance issues. It's usually someone actually being better most of the time. Because I'm not trying to complain about you or anything, Ricky. It's just StarCraft 2 maps in general just feel like they've had zero fucking thought put into them.
Yeah, this is a bit of the problem I do have at times compared to Warcraft 3, because Warcraft 2 we actually did quite a few maps that are generally quite enjoyable, and when we more or less played the same one, we actually had a few sides map that that could be replaced and stuff like that. Now it's kind of hard. I mean, I could try to make yet another map, but it's like, must I give up on my current tactic and favor another map, or will I actually have the energy to actually pull off a new map and stuff like
You
that?
end up trying to host like certain random maps out there, and people, oh, this is really terrible, even though we've like played it once, and never even got a feel for it, and then we never play it ever again. I don't even know.
Well, I think that there are a fair number of like relatively balanced maps, but they tend to be, you know, like 3 versus 3 or 4 versus 4 maps, and our event is always like 9+ people. And
Yeah.
the pool of maps that we can play at 9+ people is pretty small. So
Yeah.
we do end up playing a lot of these same maps, even though they tend to be kind of imbalanced, just because they actually accommodate the pool of people we have. So I mean, one solution could be to break up into micro groups, but Ricky has pretty much opposed that since every single time I've brought it up.
The problem is, if I split the group, usually there is one group that finishes its game quicker than another, and then usually a group that is split more or less stays split until the end, or one or two decide to bail out, and then the rest might decide to bail out, and then
Yeah, but I mean,
I lose half of the group and such.
the question is, I mean, I think that we don't have to be split from the very beginning. So I mean, if we played like the decent, you know, like Micro and Tactics and other maps that people actually seem to enjoy with the large group early on. But then once it becomes a matter of, you know, do we play Hero Attack or do we play Star Mata, 2 maps that tend to be pretty divisive, you know, we could split the group at that point, and then we could play like Black and White or Nexus Squadron Strike, even though I think a lot of people don't like that map anymore either. Because, I mean, we used to play Black and White a lot toward the end of the event, but now people just kind of hang around, so even, you know, after like 3 or 4 hours of the event, we still have 9 people and still can never actually get down to those like 6-person maps. Like, we couldn't even have played Tank Battle, which is, you know, a slightly better MOBA, even not really a much better MOBA, but a slightly better MOBA than Hero Attack.
One of the problem I do find is, by default, observers are not not enabled in StarCraft 2. Otherwise, there are many maps that probably could be
There's a lot of people that would just watch.
yeah, at least I want that.
By the way,
Are ops still not available? Yeah, that's a good.
This is one of
I've
the.
tried to add observers for forever in my map and I haven't been able to. I don't know what's going on with that.
It's mostly
This is
because
a
in
lot of weird shit
StarCraft
with
2,
how this game works.
observers are not by default, and to enable it, it requires very specific step that most people don't know about. So usually most people just don't do it because they can't figure out how to do it in the first place. And quite frankly, since many map makers have the problem in the first place to just get their map play in general due to the popularity list works in StarCraft 2, that observers tend to be a very minor consideration in the grand scheme of all things. So it doesn't help.
Blizzard, in their infinite wisdom, probably doesn't know how to support games that have different interfaces or mechanics.
Although in terms of new maps, I could try to make a new one, but I really need to be less tired than general, and because at this point I just don't have the energy and now less time to actually try to pull off a brand new map and not just give up a few weeks later, and then I might as well have put the time on Micron Tactic instead. Or even Warlord and Merchant.
Well, I created a topic to pester Saint-Jean about that.
Oh. So far, LMGs might be winning at relatively soon enough. Oh. Oh. The Colossus. So LMG is just 1 point from winning already. Oh dear. Okay, how to do it? Um, ah.